Hey guys, this is Travis. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel, More Than a Name. In this first episode, we're going to meet Kia, one of my former students, who is learning a lot about herself as she's growing up in Chattanooga and is working really hard to help our community. Thanks. Hey everybody, this is Kia. I was blessed to both teach and coach her when she was in middle and high school. She's the first person I thought about when I considered doing this because of her openness and her huge heart. So really this is basically just going to be some questions that I ask. We're going to start with super easy ones and we'll gradually work our way into a little bit more deep questions. But first question, cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Good answer. What makes you laugh?
What makes me laugh? Just small stuff, like anything. I laugh, probably shouldn't, but I laugh when I'm having problems. I laugh when other people are having problems. Maybe shouldn't do that, but anything makes me laugh.
What is your favorite place to go on vacation?
To the beach, Jamaica.
What are some of your hobbies?
I like to dance, write, eat, and make up.
If you were a superhero, what powers would you have?
If I were a superhero, probably to be able to look above, maybe fly so that I can see what's going on below, and then I can be able to kind of maybe stop whatever's going on before it happens.
If you could join any past or current music group, which would you want to join?
Destiny's Child.
What is your favorite movie or TV show genre?
My favorite movie is Lion King. Both of the animated one and the one that's more like real life. I love both. Favorite genre, I guess like romance.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
This is hard because I feel like I'm both. I feel like I'm introverted, but when I'm around people that give me energy and I vibe off of them, I become an extrovert.
What was your first job?
First job was Zaxby's, but I only worked 2 days because it was too fast paced, and then I started at KFC.
Are you a morning or a night person?
Night.
Do you believe in the paranormal?
No.
That was Ansley's question. What is your favorite holiday and why?
Christmas. It's my birthday.
Yeah. Are you an indoor and outdoor person?
Outdoor. I love outside. I don't like bugs, but I love the sun. I love water. So outdoor.
Favorite age growing up and why?
Probably 8 to 10. Because it was still, childhood. Mom took us on picnics and stuff like that. My grandparents took us out. We did a lot of outdoor activities. So yeah, maybe that age.
What's your least favorite and why?
Now, adulting is hard.
Yes, it is. Podcasts or music?
Both. I would say music because I listen to it all day, whether I'm doing homework, I'm at work, anything of the sort, I listen to music. But a lot of my friends are now doing podcasts, so I'm tuning into their podcast.
Anyone specific that you really dig?
My friend Lauren, she has a podcast and she just launched it, or she's getting ready to launch it. So hers in particular, just giving feedback.
What is your favorite thing about your current job?
I love being able to work with kids, being in the community. It's been a little hard now because of COVID, but that's my favorite part, is seeing the kids and being with them.
What are you most proud of, either in your career or in your life?
I guess I would say I'm most proud of where I am in my career. It's took me a minute to kind of figure out exactly what I wanted to do. I know I wanted to do social work and therapy, but experiencing some of everything has given me more of a better outlook of what I want to do in my future. So probably just advancing in my career.
How would your 10-year-old self react to what you do right now?
They would probably be like, why do you do what you do?
How would you define your family?
My family is fun, loving, caring. We think we know it all, but more so just big and fun.
Tied into that, what's your favorite family tradition?
My favorite family tradition, I would say Father's Day. A lot of my uncles have passed away, but when I was younger and growing up, we did Father's Day at River Park, and my mom and my aunts would be the first to come out here and set up everything. We would have barbecue, ribs, all that good stuff, and we would play badminton and volleyball and just have a good old time on Father's Day.
What's the best piece of advice a family member has ever given you?
Trust God's timing.
What's your favorite way to spend time with your family?
Eating.
If you only had 1 sense, which would you want?
That's a hard one because probably touch, because even if you can't see, like, you can kind of feel around. You can't hear, you can still kind of feel around, like air or a car or whatever. Maybe touch.
What is your definition of success?
My definition of success is actually liking what you are doing, no matter what the money is or what you have to have education-wise. If you like what you do and you love what you do, success never feels like work.
Who do you admire most in the world and why?
I admire my mom the most, just because she has overcome a lot of adversity. She stands for what she believes in. She's done so much in the community, and she just really makes me feel like work is never done. So I continue to do what I need to do to make sure that I'm following in her footsteps.
Do you live by any piece of advice or motto? And if yes, what is it?
I would say yes, but just to be sure that I'm listening to God and trusting God. God is the answer for everything, so as long as I'm staying prayed up, I can do anything.
If you could snap your fingers and instantly make the world better, what would you do?
I could really snap my fingers. Can't. I wish, but I would maybe just try to erase the stigma of mental health, because a lot of people are experiencing mental health, especially right now with not being able to be outside and things of the sort. And so just to erase the stigma so that we all can receive the help that we need.
If you could only teach one thing to your future child, what would it be? We're getting into the harder ones now.
Yeah, 'cause this is deep. If I could teach my child one thing, it would be to trust his or her instincts.
If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Probably right here in Chattanooga.
Which famous person in history would you choose to spend the day with?
Michelle Obama.
Which fictional character do you relate to most?
Susie Carmichael off of Rugrats.
Alright. Would you rather have your dishes or your clothes magically clean?
Dishes. I hate washing dishes.
If you could change anything about yourself, would you? And if so, what and why?
I would change how I felt about myself a long time ago. I was very insecure because of going through bullying and really didn't know who I was as a person, and so I would change my confidence and make sure that when I was younger, I exuded the confidence and believed in myself more.
All right, so I know you're working on your own nonprofit. Can you share a little bit about it and why its mission is important to you?
Well, I'm working on building a nonprofit called She Conquered, and it's important to me because it's based off of suicide awareness. My background is in social work, and so therefore a lot of the clients I would see talked about suicide ideation and things of that sort. And as I mentioned before, going through bullying, some of those things make you feel like you don't want to be on earth. You don't feel like you are a part of a group. You feel alone. And so my mission is to make sure that we do have suicide awareness, and also building mentorship amongst young girls in the community.
So there's a picture of you and your niece that hopefully we can get tagged to the beginning of this video, but that you shared on Facebook the other day. First, thanks for allowing me to share it. Two, can you explain what it means to you and why you chose to share that with your friends and family?
I chose that picture because my niece is everything to me. She's my first niece. I have a nephew, but my nephew lives in Nashville, and so Angel is my niece, my sister's first child, and she just reminds me of me. She's like a little mini Kia, and it's just important for us as young women to embrace those that are coming behind us. And so every time I look at her, she's learning something new, she's doing new things, she's very smart. And so just to be around her and embrace her with love is what my aunts did for me when I was growing up.
What are some of your fears?
Some of my fears would be not succeeding and not beating generational curses. Very big on wanting to be married, have a family, build my foundation or my family's foundation off of God's love. Wanting to make sure that I set the right example. Sometimes it's hard because when you grow up, you see all this other stuff and you may lead down a wrong path or go down a wrong path and have to try to find your way back. And I feel like a lot of times some of us don't find our way back. And so it's important for me to make sure that I do reach the goals that I have set for myself. So just not being successful and really just not making it.
What would you like people to know about you?
I would like people to know that I am a very goal-oriented person. I grew up in a neighborhood to where all of the kids, we went to Woodmore Elementary. A lot of us ended up either going to Dillwood, Tyner, or 21st Century, and now a lot of us have our own businesses. We are in professions that have led us to really making a name for ourselves. And so I want a lot of people to know that just because you come from a small town, that you can make it anywhere. And also I want people to know that I'm very friendly and I love people. Even though I said I was an introvert, I really do love people. It's just, you know, gotta protect your energy.
In light of all that's going on in the country right now, what do you wish someone would ask you?
I had this conversation with one of my coworkers after a virtual staff meeting, and she asked me, was I okay and how could she support? And that would be one or two questions that I would like for someone to ask me. One, am I okay? Because as a young black woman, it's a way that we have to portray ourselves in the work environment. If we're too aggressive or too assertive, it seems like we have an attitude, and if we're not assertive enough, then someone may think they can run over us. And so sometimes you put up a wall so that you don't actually have to be bothered in a sense, or that people don't feel like they can take advantage of you. So I would just like for someone to ask me, hey Kia, are you okay?
What's one thing you've had to overcome in your life?
The sense of, or the struggle of knowing that I'm a young person, but people believing in my passion and believing in my work.
What is the most important thing to you?
My family. My family, we're big, but we're also like small enough to where we can see each other all the time and hang out all the time. And I don't know what I would do without my family, especially my granddaddy and my granny and my mom. She's like the fun mom. So it's more so like if I don't have them around, I start to feel like small, like I miss them. So my family, they're the most important to me.
What's something that no one would guess about you?
I can't ride a bike.
Is there anything else that I didn't ask because I know that covered a lot of different things, but that you would like to either say to people that you're just now meeting for the first time that you'd like them to know, that's on your heart right now?
I would just say during this time, just make sure that first that you're protecting your energy and your mental health, but also don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to walk up to someone and start a conversation. You never know what someone is going through. You never know what they've experienced. So just take the time and get to know someone. I think a lot of times we're afraid to just walk up and say, hey, how's it going? What's your name, things of that sort. But once you start talking to somebody, you actually find out their story and realize that you have more in common than you thought you would have.
Kia, thank you so much for your time today. I love getting to hang out with you some on Friday, but then getting to do this again has been awesome for me. Hopefully everybody else that's watching this has enjoyed it too. If so, leave some comments down below. Have a great day.
Have a good one.